Okay, so this is actually take 3. Me arguing with myself, just working out the different ways I can show you to go from round to round, because I want to kind of try to eliminate things like this down here. I don't like how this looks. And so I keep arguing with myself in the middle of making a video for you. So then I have to stop and come back. So I'm not going to do my color change again, because I've already shown you color change in every round, because I live in Illinois and we change colors every day. Sometimes we skip colors. Sometimes we skip lots of colors. Sometimes we go back and forth, but we almost always change colors. So I already did it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do my chain 2. And in this round, I am at the beginning of my, I'm so sorry. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Okay, undo your chain 2. See, I'm still arguing with myself. I'm going to slip stitch into this chain space just to bring my chain 2 from over here to right in that chain space. So that way it goes right in with my cluster instead of having a little gap here. So I'm going to slip stitch into this chain space just to get myself over here. And then I'm going to do my chain 2. And that is going to count as my first double crochet. And then I'm going to finish off this cluster, and I'm going to pull this knot over so that it's in my double crochet so that I know it's not going to come out. Okay. Sorry, you can see me. I'm very, very tired today, so this might not make any sense. You might have to Google someone else's temperature blanket videos. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to do my double crochet. Let's see. Okay. Promise. I know what I'm doing. Okay. And then I'm going to do my third double crochet. Also, it doesn't help that I'm not really a fan of this pink yarn that I chose, this dark pink yarn. It's some yarn that someone gave me that I thought just kind of went with the colors. And I can tell that it was already used for part of a project and taken apart, because like you can see that this turquoise is pretty stretchy, but this pink is really not stretchy at all, and it's much thinner, and I think I just don't like the texture of it, so I struggle with it a little bit more, but it'll be fine. I know it will. Okay, so then I'm going to chain 1 between my 2 groups of double crochets, and like I said before, you don't really want to crochet this in, because then you'll see this over that and it'll just look silly. So we're gonna have to come back at the end, and we've got all these tails, and we're gonna have to come back at the end and sew those in. So now I'm gonna go to my next grouping of 3 double crochets on the next chain space, and I am going to chain 1 between my groupings of 3. And then I'm at the corner, so I'm going to go ahead into this corner, and I'm going to do my 3 double crochet, 3 chains, and then 3 more double crochet. And see, you can see this pink yarn, because it's been so used, it kind of comes apart a little bit too. So, oh wow, I'm just going to use it, it's fine. Okay, so I did 1 chain, 2, and 3, and then I'm gonna do my other 3 double crochets to finish out my corner. And then I will show you 1 more group of 3, and then I'm gonna come back. I've got to chain 1 and do my other group of 3, and then I will come back at the end of this round. You're just gonna continue like this all the way around, just like in every other round. And you can see that with each round we are adding another little grouping of 3, so that's why it keeps getting bigger. And then we keep our corners the same in every round, so that keeps us in a nice little square. So I will come back when I get around, actually I'll probably come back when I get around here just to make sure in that last corner for you, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm almost all the way around. I don't know if you guys can also see this used pink yarn the groupings are much thinner and shorter. That really bothers me too. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but that is, it kind of shows the reason why I said that you kind of want your yarn to be pretty similar in this blanket, because it is not as forgiving because there are so many gaps and spaces as our single crochet blanket was as far as the different kinds of yarn. So anyways, I'm going to finish this round. I am ready to go into my last corner. So remember, corners are 3 double crochet and then 3 chains and then 3 double crochet. And then I'm going to chain 1 to go into my next grouping, which is going to be the last one on this round. And since we had our chain 2, or the beginning of our round, at the beginning of our chain 3 group last time, that means we are just going to slip stitch into that grouping from this grouping, but we still need to do our chain 1, don't forget, in between each grouping, so that when we come back around we can put our next round grouping in there. So again, you'll see your little tiny slip stitch down there to get over to that chain space, and then you've got 1, 2 chains here, and we want to go right into that second chain to do our slip stitch. And I'm not actually going to do my slip stitch because, again, I'm in Illinois, but I'm also behind, so I probably just going to be changing colors in a second anyways. So if you were going to do your slip stitch, of course, you would yarn over and then pull through both loops on your hook, okay? So that's it for day 5, week 3, and I'll be back in a minute with day 6.